Okay, you have a computer. Computer means you have a CPU. Means central processing unit, also called as processor. Okay, it's a physical processor, right? So CPU is a physical processor. In the CPU, we have a main important parts are ALU and CU is a main important point. ALU means arithmetic and logical unit. Arithmetic and logical unit. CU means control unit. Plus, one more important to understand is cache memory. Okay, cache memory is also one of the important part in your CPU, inside your CPU. See, here it is. If you have a CPU means it's a simple a chip, not a cabinet, guys. It's a simply a chip, an IC related. Okay, every CPU has a cache memory like this. So maybe you can put a different color. Okay, maybe little dark color. So like a cache memory. Of course, inside a CPU you have a ALU and CU for a control unit is also there. Control unit control the traffic, like how to take input, how to give the output, how to do it all. Main instructions are executed by ALU only. Okay. Next, what is this? What I said, this one, cache memory. What is use of this cache memory? This is your main CPU, and this is your cache memory. System is not a system if you don't have a CPU and a RAM. Okay, system is not at all a system if you don't have a CPU and a RAM and a ROM kind of stuff. Out of that one, on motherboard, ROM will be there. So, but RAM will be connected and CPU will be going to connect, right? So, like we are going to buy like a motherboard, CPU, RAM, hard disk, like that, right? So that is this thing. So whenever you are giving a data to CPU, guys, already I told we are giving a input to CPU by input device and take output from the output device, right? Input CPU from CPU to output device. This is the flow I told. But actually, that is a block diagram for understanding of computer for a first time. Okay, but in generally, how it is look like CPU, RAM. CPU interacts with your RAM. RAM give the data to CPU. Okay, so this is we are also primary memory devices kind of stuff. We discussed it, right? CPU and RAM. RAM load the instructions and data into the CPU. CPU execute and give it to RAM only. So very simply say CPU to RAM, RAM to CPU communications only will be there. There is no other communications. Okay. Next, this is a simple IO controller. Okay, IO controller. It is also an IC. Okay, it is also a chipset in your system. IO controller. What is this IO controller? It will understand and balance the input output devices. I have an input device, for example, I have a keyboard, I have a mouse. Okay, I have a mouse, or maybe I have a monitor, I have a network cable, NIC card, network cable, network connection is there. Okay, maybe I connected a printer to serial port like that. So I have a devices. Some are input device, output devices we are connecting. Our motherboard will connect to this input output devices. Motherboard is get connected to input output devices. Okay. So whenever you given instructions or you want to get an instructions, whatever it is, the data is go to IO controller only. all input output devices, data, storage related information like your hard disk, CD-ROM, DVDs. Okay, everything, every data is going to RAM only. Okay, so whatever the devices you are having, the devices load the data through IO controller to your RAM only. RAM load the data and give it to CPU. CPU done a process and give it to RAM. Okay, so this is the process happens in your system. Guys, understand where RAM that is located. Okay, cache is in between your CPU and RAM. Okay, you are getting a data problem. Okay, give me a 10. Okay, so what you will do? Tomorrow we'll do directly go to meeting kind of stuff or anything. We'll join in this one. If you are joining this Google Meet, disconnect from a go to meeting. I will wait for a on a see you cache. I am trying to explain where is the cache. Cache located on the CPU. Cache located on the CPU. So RAM load the data to your CPU through the cache only. Through the cache only. Okay. CPU give the data to the RAM through cache only. Cache balance the speed between CPU and RAM. It balance the CPU and RAM. So that is the main thing about your CPU. Next. So when you are purchasing, see how it is CPUs look like. Okay, CPUs are look like this one. It's a small chip on your motherboard. If you go to Google, yeah, so what it is. Yeah. CPU, different type of CPUs you will get it in the picture. See, different type of CPUs you can able to see. Some are having a pin, some are don't have a pins on the CPU. It depends upon the CPU, CPU version, CPU manufacturer. So the size of the CPU, the shape of the CPU are look like that one. Okay, this is how they will insert on a motherboard. You can look at here. So you can is inserting CPU to the motherboard. The bottom one is called a socket. The overall board is a motherboard. This overall board is motherboard, but this specific one is CPU socket. CPU socket is inserting into CPU socket. Okay, this is CPU socket. Okay, next. Every CPU there is a certain properties are there. Speed, width, FSB, cache memory. So when you are selecting a CPU or purchasing a CPU, when you have a CPU in your system, so compulsory select those things. What is it? Clock speed. Check the clock speed of the CPU. What is the clock speed of the CPU? Next, first of all, model of the CPU. Okay. Which model CPU are using? Intel, AMD. Okay. CPU manufacturers are like this. So most famous is Intel. Next one is AMD processor. Of course, there is another type of people also there, like no, 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 transmission. Okay, no problem. Via type of processing, Motorola. Okay, yeah. I just because it's in a slide or it may be a general one. Motorola is usually don't manufacture the CPU for a regular PCs. Motorola is the first mobile CPU manufacturer. Mobile CPU manufacturer Motorola, and Cisco routers and switches use Motorola CPUs only. Okay, guys, any model from your side, your mobile phone CPU manufacturing company, CPU company, Samsung, 8, sorry, Samsung is there, MI is there, Apple is there. You have a lot of mobile phones since last 10 years. You are using a lot of mobile phones. Tell me some names of your any mobile phone CPU manufacturer. Then others will get idea. If one or two having an idea is enough, so others will get an idea. So what is I'm telling? Tell me. When you are buying a mobile phone, so what do you see like immediately, what kind of CPU it is? No one is speaking. Yes, very good, someone is trying. Your voice is low. Okay, okay, good. Qualcomm is a one of the company, right? Snapdragon, Qualcomm, Snapdragon, MediaTek. Nowadays they're not specifying much, not trusting on how many cores of CPU. In the earlier days, deca core, octa core processor, quad core processor, mobile phone like that, there are more publishing. Okay, so like that. Good, very good. So model, what type of model, like so model means, actually model is we should not say model, but I'm telling like a company, so manufacturer manufacturer of CPU. So now because of earlier manufacturers is not important because mostly it is Intel only. Now manufacturers are important. So are you buying a processor, AMD type of processor or a Intel type of processor? Okay. So which kind of version or a edition or kind of stuff, or version or a model? Actually, we should say model. Model number is there, no? Like that. Which model? i3, i5. So like this. I put examples: i3, i5, i7, Celeron, Celeron processors also there. Pentium dual core processors also there. For example, AMD Rayon 3 processor, Rayon 4 processor, so Rayon 5 processor. Okay, Rayon 3, Rayon 5. Just an examples only. Okay, are there, and generations. Third generation, fourth generations. Okay, so currently we have a 10th generation of from the Intel, and 11th generation. 10th and 11th both are there in a market. Ninth is gone again. 10th and 11th generation are compatible each other. Okay, 10th generation, 11th generation. Clock speed 2.5 gigahertz speed or 3 gigahertz speed. So sorry, 3 gigahertz speed, 3 gigahertz speed, or maybe a 4 gigahertz speed. Okay, 3 gigahertz class, 4 gigahertz speed. Okay, next one is how much cache memory. How much cache memory? How much cache memory of the CPU will be there? Some CPUs having a 3 MB, some are having a 6 MB, some are having a 8 MB, some are having a 12 MB, like that. So depends upon a processor to another processor, different cache memory. Higher the cache, better the processor. Higher the cache, better board. Next one is number of cores. Number of cores. 2 core processor, 4 core processor, okay, 6 core processor, 8 core processor, 10 core processor. Okay, so number of cores per processor is also important, and number of threads. Okay, if you have a 2 core processor, threads is also 2, means no core in it. Okay, so 4 core ఏంటమ్మా? తర్వాత. Okay, 4 core, 8 core, again 8 threads, 12 threads, like it's like usually like a double. If threads are there, it's a double. Number of cores 2, threads are 4, means it's again double. So what is that meaning is also we simply say, guys, this is a processor. So simply say it is a processor, single processor, physically single processor. This processor is divided into two parts logically. Okay, logically I divide into two parts. Each part I call it as a core. Core 0, core 1, means it is a core 2 geo processor. Okay, 2 core processor, or at least you can say 2 core processor. Each core, again I divide into two parts. Each core I divide into two parts. That is called a thread thread. Okay, so thread. Each core is divided into two parts, means totally four cores. This look like a logically four cores. For example, if I divide a processor into four parts, it is a four core processor. If this processor having a threads, then each processor is divided into two parts. Each core part is divided into four parts. Okay, now it's a four core processor, eight threads are there. Four core processor, eight threads are there. Okay, so this is the terminology. This is the terminology. I last year I purchased a i3 processor, that is 4 core processor, 4 threads, means no threads in it. No threads in it. Okay, the new version is having a double cores. Okay, so like this, so number of cores, number of threads also you can see. Next one is bit is very important. Okay, width or a bit, it is like a 32-bit processors are there, 64-bit processors also there. 128-bit processor for a computers are not there. Okay, only 128 is maybe there in for a some Apple kind of stuff, or a Apple mobile phone kind of stuff, or like that, maybe some devices having, but like this. What is this bit? Instruction length. Instruction length is 32-bit in the 32-bit processor, 64-bit in a 64-bit processor. And also it is like a data bus size, data bus, address bus is also. So in simply say instruction length. Okay, that is a bit also very important. FSB, front side bus. What is it? Front side bus means CPU to RAM communication speed. Front side bus means CPU to RAM communication speed. It is look like this one, 600 megahertz 2100 megahertz or a 2400 megahertz. Okay, 3200 megahertz, 3100 megahertz, like that. So different megahertz are there. It means speed between CPU and RAM. And what is this clock speed? Speed of your processor. Clock speed represents speed of your processor. FSB represent speed between your processor and a RAM. Speed between communication speed. So based on that, your RAM speed will be decided. Based on this, RAM speed will be decided. Okay. So these are the details you must see in when you are purchasing a CPU. One more, few more. Okay. So just I'm going to my. Oh, someone Gotham is also waiting there. Okay. Next. Yeah. First of all, I want to show my processor. So I'm using my Windows. I'm open my task manager. I'm opening my task manager. In task manager also you can get some details. Okay. So I'm going to my performance. Go to performance. Click on CPU. See what is my CPU model? Intel i5 processor 3230M model 2.6 gigahertz clock speed. Sockets to cores to logical processors are 4 means 2 and 2 into 2 become 4. 2 into 2 become 4. And cache memory, if you see L3 cache, you have to see L1, L2 are always, it's a normally built in inside, it's a stable thing. L3 is a variable. This is a 3 MB cache memory only. Okay, this is a RAM. So I have a 12 GB RAM, DDR3 model, 1600 megahertz speed. 1600 megahertz speed. This is my FSB speed. Based on that only, it is there. Guys, understand CPU? Or to see the CPU details? Which model it is? Which company? Which clock speed of it? How many sockets? Means usually one socket only. Number of cores, number of logical processor means number of threads. How much cache memory? Virtualization enabled or not? Virtualization enabled or not? You want to know about more details? Go like this. i5 3230M. What is your processor model? Put it in your Google. You can find intel.com, arkintel.com. See, ark.intel.com, and it is showing your processor related information here. Okay. So look at here. So what is about my processor? This is my processor model. It's a mobile. Vertical segment is a mobile means it's a laptop, right? So that's why it's a mobile. Desktop is desktop. Laptop, mobile model. Mobile model, mobility. Number of cores. You can click on this question mark. See, it will understand what is the core of this one. Core is a hardware term that describes the number of independent central processing units in the single computer component. Okay, so core means in a single computer, single chip, two processors are there, and it is number of threads are using a hyper technology, hyper threading technology. So number of processor again further divided. This is the turbo boost frequency anyway. This is the brakes frequency. Okay, if you can boost up to 3.2 gigahertz faster. Cache memory is 3 MB. Okay, I can insert a RAM size up to 32 GB. CPU depends upon CPU. 30 up to 32 GB I can put it. One second, guys. 1 second again. These people are there. Hmm. Someone put a message. Will you keep this video record in the WhatsApp group? Once it's record, I will post in a night. Means it will take 2 3 hours for completing background recording. So once it is done, I will share the link. By link, you can able to access for today. Okay, guys. See, it is my processor support up to 32 GB RAM. But I'm using a 12 only. Still, I can use up to 32 GB. Next one is memory type is a C 1366 or 1600. Which type of RAM you should use? DDR3 only for this processor. So processor will decide how much memory means how much RAM you have to utilize, how much processor how much type of RAM you have to use. Type of RAM you have to use, how much RAM you have to use, number of RAMs you can use will be decided by your processor only. Okay, next, this is a integrated graphics. So when you buy a processor contains certain graphics inside. The basic graphics or sometimes higher graphics also available, means the size of the graphics also. The processor itself contains a graphic memory, so compulsory check the integrated graphics. Okay, so compulsory check the graphic kind of stuff. Next one is, nowadays better to check the Intel virtualization technology is there or not. Better to check Intel virtualization technology is there or not. Compulsory, this must be yes nowadays. Okay. Next, what I said, graphics integrated. Why I'm hesitating? Integrated graphics are there or not? Okay. At least basic graphics you should have. Okay. Integrated graphics are there or not? So if you go to this one, so like I will put a name, some name. Sometimes it will show UHD, UDH or UHD, like this. Intel UHD, okay, graphic 3 630. This is also one. Next one is coming like this, Iris. Okay, Iris is coming. The new processor now nowadays. If you are okay, Iris is also new one. Okay, you tell me. Okay, 1 second. Actually, oh shit. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Nothing more. Okay, so that is integrated graphics means inside your CPU you have a graphic memory inside. Dedicated graphics means the graphic memory process is separate by separate GPU, separate GPU. Okay, APU, GPU, all are things are there. So I put a name CPU, GPU, APU, AGP. What is this? So you can try. Okay, try what is the difference between CPU, APU, GPU, like that, AGP kind of stuff. Some sound came. Okay, this is about your CPU, but there is a few things like a troubleshooting should be there inside of our topic only. That's why I'm giving a simple technique about a CPU. Anyway, CPU bit must be matches. Means CPU generation, CPU and socket must be matches. So these are the things anyway you should think. CPU and motherboard socket must be matches. That is a common thing, guys. I want to tell one story. That's it. We'll check that one. Okay. Mm, okay. So what I have to do? I'll remove some things from here. And I'll put things from there. Okay. Okay. So guys, look at here my picture. Okay. This is my processor. Okay. I will put a processor like this. This is my processor on my motherboard. This is my processor on my motherboard. Okay, so on this processor, on this is a my processor. Okay, so look at here, this is my processor. The bottom one is like a circuit board. Okay, on this processor there is a heat sink. Heat sink, what I said, heat sink. What is heat sink? CPU will dissipate, means CPU produce lot of heat. CPU produce lot of heat. The heat will be absorbed by this heat sink. The heat is absorbed by this heat sink only. The heat sink is made up of aluminum alloy, means aluminum plus some other components. It's a very lightweight and it absorbs the heat very fastly compared to all other metals. Okay, the aluminum plus some materials it will combine, it is aluminum alloy. Okay, so the CPU whenever it is get heated, so the heat is absorbed by this heat sink only. It absorbs the heat from the CPU. Next, on this one, there is a fan. On this one, there is a fan. What is the use of this fan? The fan connects to your motherboard with the power connection is there. The fan rotates. The fan rotates. So then heat will be escaped from your heat sink. Fan rotates. Fan cools your heat sink. Very simple. Heat goes to from CPU to heatsink. Heatsink will get cooled by fan. Like that it will function. Next one. Next one. I need a proper color like this. Like this. Okay. There is a small paste between CPU and heatsink. There is a small paste between CPU and heatsink. This paste, we call it as a thermal paste. Okay, this paste we call it as a thermal paste or a heat sink paste. Some like a, we use the common terminology heat sink paste. Okay, heat sink paste. This is a thermal paste and this is heat sink paste. Got it? Got it? Right? So, what is the use of this thermal paste? It is like a adhesive manner. Means both are direct hard components. Right? CP is a hard component. Heatsink is also hard component. So what happen? There is a contact won't be happen between two hard components. Like you have a cycle chain, bike chain. So contact won't be there. So what we are putting? We are putting a grease on it. So then smooth running will be there, right? Same like that. If you put this heat sink paste, heat will observed by heat sink will increases. Heat we easily observation will be increases by heat sink. Heat goes to the heat sink was faster or easy or full clearly it is there. I will show you the pictures. Heat sink paste CPU like this. So like you can go to the images, so you will clearly understand. These are the heat sink paste. Okay, like this different type of dabbas are there, like injection type is also there. Okay, see you can see CPU, they're putting on the CPU the paste. Okay, it is not a white or a black, it is something white and black mixture type. Okay, so why this symbol means you have to spread on it, so don't use like so like this is the correct way of applying a paste. Means you have to apply on complete one, and don't give extra, don't give less. Okay, so apply on it. Use they will usually you will get a kind of stuff like here spoon kind of stuff, you have to apply on it. Okay, don't put your toothpaste. Yeah, this is the correct one. See, it's like a p or like a full on it. Don't put like this, don't put a paste on it, like don't pour the paste. Okay, you have to pull. Don't put a excess also, don't put excess also, it's very dangerous. So this is a heat sink. Now thing is, what I said, heat sink. What is heat sink? And I'm telling heat sink, fan, heat sink, paste. The paste also we call as a thermal paste. Thermal paste. So where is the Google? Heat sink. Only heat sink. See, this is heat sink. You can see an heat sink sitting on your CPU. It's a aluminum one. That's a heat sink, and there is a fan. You can get a copper rods also, copper kind of stuff also like this. Okay. See here it is a bottom is a heat sink like fixing copper rods. Copper rod distribute the heat to this heat sink and out. Like a different type of cooling system. Air cooling system, generally we are using a air cooling system type. So normally natural air cooling system. Some are a more heat generated processor. We use a water cooling system, oil cooling systems also available. This is for a laptops. In a laptop, on on processor heatsink won't be there. On processor heatsink, fan, everything won't be there. It is like a flat type, like this. See, the processor is maybe in here, and one another one is like this. Okay, fan is edges of the your laptop assembly, edge side only. If you see here, the heat goes from this fan to outside, and side of your side down of the laptop, or a side of the laptop, down or a side, it will go, or both, usually both. Okay, so usually for every class of this one, I will suggest the people, guys, if you are using a laptop means you can put a laptop on your laps very simply. You can place your laptop on your thighs. Okay, desktop means you can put a laptop, sorry, you can put your computer on the desk. That is why it is called as a desktop. Laptop means you can put a computer on the laps. That is called a laptops. Some people laps, some people put a on a bed, some people put a on a some cloth, like that. Because when you put a on your lap or a bed or on a cloths or a pillows, will block the air vents. Okay, these air vents will be blocked by your cloths, usually laptop heat sinks. Okay, these air vents will be blocked by your cloths, and your cloths having a more dust than your bathroom cupboard, more dust than a normal your bathroom. Okay, that much of dust will be there, we don't see that one. So what will happen? Air vents are closed, heat is unable to escape from the laptop, and because of that heat, your laptop will be damaged, battery will be damaged. Okay, first battery will damage, and that too, you people are never put a charging for that one till the battery will dead. Like the your most of the people, I've heard this kind of like there are scientists of batteries. They said the battery must be dry, then only put a charge, battery performance increases. So they try to put their psycho feelings on the battery. Mm. Because nowadays they cannot hit anyone, not a kids, not a wife, like that. No, so they be put like this. So my point is, don't do like that, guys. Always, if your power is down, you have a work is going on for your on your laptop, but power is down, or you're not connected, you can wait up to at least 50%. Okay, not less than 50%, not less than 50%. Once you reach the about 60 to 50%, compulsory put a charging, compulsory put a charging once you reach the 50 to 60% of a your battery. Okay, don't do like that's like a 10%, I will put the charging, that time power cut, what happened? Your battery will die, your CPU will die, your computer will be die. Don't do like that. So I'm using this computer for so many years. Okay, only once I changed my battery, that too because of some issues happen with the battery. That's only thing. Okay, since 4 years, no problem with my battery. You know that one. Okay, so because of that is okay, and the air vents will get dust, clean up the dust. Air vent get the dust. Here it is a issue, guys. Frequent restarts of PC or a laptop. So there is a possible cause is like this. Frequent restart means you start a computer and computer is started and it is restarted again. Okay. So there is a possibilities are like this. Okay, not a blue screen error. So important is not blue screen error, RBSOD. Okay, not a blue screen error. If it is not a blue screen error, then it is like you started a PC, it's running, no error is showing, but it is restarted again and again. Okay, frequent restarts immediately, like every 2 minutes it is restarting. Okay, or you started a computer, boot screen is showing, and restarted. Anything, it's a possible CPU is overheated. CPU is a overheated, and there is a possibilities like heat sink paste cleaned, okay, or removed. Any word you can use it. Possibility is someone cleaned your heat sink paste. Okay, heat sink not properly sit. Some intelligent people are there, they remove the heat sink and they don't know how to insert it back. Okay, not properly seated on CPU. Okay, next, heat sink CPU fan not working, so check it once your CPU fan is working or not. Okay, tell me another one. One more point. Dust. Important point is dust in heat sink and air vents. Heat sink and air vents. You know, when we are when that time last year, 2 years back, not last year, 2 years back, our guy is sitting in a last bench. There is a computer. So what happened? Every 5 minutes he's working seriously, and system is restarting. He said, but we said like is its fault like that. So one day what happened? I am there. So we checked it. Someone don't know. So who is this message by PS Radi something? Guys, I shared go to meeting and I Google Meet. Google Meet for people who are not having bandwidth. Okay, data consumption problem is there for some people. That's why I shared both the links. Okay, okay. So you need to attend. You attend one link, no need to attend another link. Okay. Someone asking a question like this one or this one. Okay. Which one is you wanted, guys? That's a problem. So tomorrow we'll see different one. Okay. Tomorrow, what to do? We'll see tomorrow. Frequent restart of computer possibility. There is a possibility is if it is a question like if my PC is keep restarting itself. So make sure it is not a blue screen error first of all. Second, it's a possibility of CPU overheated. So what to do? System is booting up and restarted. System is booting up and keep restarting. That is something. Okay. So what to do? So it is a possibility heatsink paste is not there or a clean. Heatsink is not sitting properly. CPU fan is not working properly. Okay. Dust in the air vents. There's another possibilities. So only slightest possibility is CPU power supply. Very less time only this will happen. CPU power supply not proper. Not proper means not properly connected, or maybe it is not there, or maybe you are not connected properly. Okay, like that. Okay, anything. CPU power supply separate one. This is a very rarest condition. This is important. Guys, understood what is CPU? Different type of CPUs. What we can able to see about CPU. Okay, different naming structure of a CPU related information, and frequent restart of a computer is a possibility of CPU overheated.